Well, what is up, Crazy X? Hope you guys are all having a wonderful day. Happy Thursday. It is October 17th. New schedule came out. I did host karaoke last night over at South Liberty. Thanks to people who showed up. I do try to get that stuff promoted on my TikTok, Instagram, and Facebook. You can follow me at Real Kid Crazy to keep up to date on all that. And if there's changes, I post them on there too. That's the only date I was scheduled for this week. Next week, I do have a few more shows. I am scheduled. Move you guys over here real quick. Okay, so next week, Wednesday, I'll be back over at South Liberty. South Liberty on Wednesdays, karaoke is from 8 p.m. until midnight. Then Friday, I will be at Ringo's in Kaiser. Karaoke on these nights will be 9 to 1. And at Jack's Pub right now, I will be back here on Saturday, October 26th for karaoke, 9 to 1. And also next week, back to just being scheduled at South Liberty, Wednesday, that is the 30th, from 8 until midnight. So yeah, do come by. Haven't officially been reassigned South Liberty. I know I was doing South Liberty on Wednesdays. Some schedule changes happened. And yeah, so I've kind of just been filling in here and there. Definitely love to get back out there and start hosting more regularly. Bringing you guys the crazy karaoke experience. So hopefully that'll happen. But yeah, I just want to get in here, do that. What else? I don't know if you guys have watched the Mr. McMahon series. I've been watching that. I did find it interesting. They were talking about WrestleMania 2 and how, they're trying to figure out how to top WrestleMania. And it's funny because a lot of people compare Vince McMahon to P.T. Barnum. And so McMahon decides to do WrestleMania in 3 locations, do like a simulcast of everything. It's kind of crazy. It's kind of like a circus there. Wait a second. People compare Vince McMahon to P.T. Barnum. They wrestle in a ring. It was a circus, and it was in 3 locations. Isn't that the definition of a 3-ring circus? I kind of had to laugh at that one. I didn't even talk about that, but it's just my mind kind of put that together. It's like, wait a second. The other thing that happened that was interesting in the series, they were talking about how Shane was looking for a venture to kind of prove himself as far as what he could do running a promotion. And he found out that UFC was going up for sale. So he approached his dad about purchasing UFC, and, he would oversee it. And, Vince was looking at it and ultimately made the decision not to purchase them just because of how they're very different, even though it's kind of still similar, either promoting the venue, having the show, but here you build characters, and the UFC fighters are the characters. You're not creating that, and I mean, one's more theatrical. Of course, UFC can be pretty theatrical as well, but they talked about how later UFC ended up selling for $4 billion, and Shane's like, "See, I told you." But I find it ironic. I mean, most people know how Blockbusters had the opportunity to purchase Netflix, and they didn't do that. And even though the disc service of Netflix has kind of ceased, Netflix is still out there. It's still, but Blockbusters is down to 1 location in Oregon, of all places. But it's kind of ironic, don't you think, that ultimately UFC purchased the WWE. So it's just kind of funny that Vince McMahon had the opportunity to buy UFC, but in the end, the UFC ultimately purchased WWE, and they're the ones that are running it now. It's I believe that it's Endeavor. It's the name that they call themselves, but they own both UFC and now WWE.